So now we
Nah,
have.
our 30 gigs free.
Okay.
Yeah. We safe.
Free on his
Memory.
phone to record.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Last video was 10 gigs.
Yeah.
I probably should take off
Are you
HDR.
alright?
I'm fine. Are
Sure.
we recording?
Yes, everything
Yes.
is. That's why I just said.
Okay. Well, we're going to skip
Why are you
this
getting
part,
nervous
right?
now?
I'm guessing, I don't know.
No, we don't cut anything out. Everything stays in.
Yep.
This is all.
Raw and uncut.
This is all a part of it.
Is that because it makes editing easier?
Listen, stop talking about my
I know.
laziness.
I know the tricks of the
Stop
trade.
exposing my laziness.
Don't even try that.
I-
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I should have taken off HDR and
Nah, I think you're
4K.
Do you want to?
Nah,
It's not that big of a deal.
we leaving it all in.
Alright.
It's probably not good for my phone's memory, but it's only for a while.
Once you think it would last an hour and something, I
No, it
think.
should be fine. It should be fine.
So, boys.
Welcome back
What's
to
the
another
question?
episode of the Jabari Show.
Almost. It was almost there.
We have the lovely, tall,
Is that
long-legged.
I'm going to wait for better adjectives.
Keep going. You're almost there. Almost.
You know, in my
Good
messages, you
looking.
called me sexy. Where's
Hey,
that?
hey.
Where's that?
Hey,
Oh gosh.
Hey.
Fire's
It's
busting.
right there.
I
In
don't.
black and white.
I can't see. I ain't see. I ain't see that.
You can't even claim I ain't have on my glasses.
Nah, I don't have my glasses. Sorry, I can't see that. We have CYAN GOMES today.
Hello.
I love when you act like people are here.
Well,
Like it-
I don't know.
No, I just
because
saying
they
in
are
general.
here.
I just saying in general. You act
Okay.
like people are just
Yeah.
here.
It's like the Ellen DeGeneres show,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
The crowd is there cheering you
Well,
on.
she does have a crowd.
True.
I don't usually have a crowd. It's about 10 people on set for the most. So,
Always set life. I guess we'll get right
Well-
into that since you just.
Well, she didn't even introduce herself, you know.
Okay,
I'm
so I
CYAN
have
Gomes.
to-
What,
For those
what,
that
what she
don't
does
know.
do?
that.
Like
For
this
those
this
that
girl
don't
just
know.
here. I don't know what she does do.
all right.
And then we go
Hi,
here.
everyone. So,
If you
if
don't
you
know,
don't know by now, I'm very nervous because this is weird. I'm talking to Jabari's red phone. But
Will you
you
talking
know.
to us?
Hey, it's a camera girl.
Talk to us.
All right. So, anyways, my name is CYAN Gomes,
Mhm.
and I'm a model.
What?
You see,
I
no,
say
man,
it like
say
that
you
because
don't know,
it isn't.
like you're not sure. You-
I am not sure.
What do you mean you're not
I've
sure?
only been a model for like a year now, so it's like still
That's enough time.
I think that's more than
sinking
enough time.
in that I'm actually doing this.
A lot
so
of models will even travel in that time. You have
Wink, wink.
twice, right?
yes, I went twice,
Yeah.
and
So
International.
you're a model, I think.
International.
what is
Record.
a model, Jabari?
Yeah, international.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
international. You've been flown out.
Yeah.
Now,
not just
now you're
a-
making it sound pervy. I've been flown out. Flown out.
Flown. What is
Flown.
flown?
Shut up.
Yes, CYAN Gomes, the model.
So, yes. What else you want to know about me? Because that's
Is there anything
Well,
else that you would like to be recognized for other than CYAN, the model?
not right now.
Not right now.
I used to be in working in fashion in Trinidad and Tobago. So I was a brand assistant for Benny Carib, and I worked at 36 Cornelio on 36 Cornelio Street in Woodbrook. It's a boutique. Look it up. What can I say?
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
No, I don't think everybody knows.
Well, I guess
If you're
probably
looking for
because-
local fashion in Trinidad, I'd suggest you go there.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
that's where you go for your
Of
all your
course.
local fashion.
All my local fashion.
And how long you worked there for?
I worked there for a year before I had to leave because I had to leave Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So how you got into, how you would say, how getting into the modeling industry went for you? Is it something that you always wanted to do?
No.
Or
How did it arise?
No,
That's what he's
that's
asking.
it's a big no. I never wanted to be a model.
why
like
not? Why not? What was the thing that you kept telling yourself that it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that?
because
Wait, you got yeah.
I'm not.
Watch your
I'm
words.
not. I'm not comfortable in front of the camera. I've always been better behind it, and Jabari would know that because I've styled many of his shoots. So I've always been a force behind the camera and not a force in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, I don't know. I'm not comfortable doing that.
Okay, so what you would say was the mind? What was the catalyst for the mind change?
I get to leave.
She was like, I get to travel for the free.
Hello,
A
you
day.
taking me to Milan? I mean, sure. Let me sign this contract.
Okay, so how did that
But
go?
really, I don't know. I just people kept saying that I should be a model. I didn't take them on, so I was just like, you know what? Okay, this is an opportunity. I've always wanted to be in the fashion industry, so I was like, let's try this and see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I might end up really liking it. I might love traveling. I love being in the industry and stay in the industry over there. So I just took it one step at a time. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's
And
jump.
What is the let's? You're just saying let's, but you know,
What's the let's?
yes. Like, did you contact them or did they contact you?
Okay, so that story is a very so
We have time.
we have time. Okay.
Yeah, we have time.
So essentially, I was working at 36 Cornelio, and then
Mm-hmm.
one of Showen Bishop's, that's the manager of 28 Models, which
That's
is
the
the
agency.
agency I'm signed to. One of his friends would have come in the store with her daughter looking for a present. So obviously I was helping them, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you should be a model. I was like, thanks. We know
Thought
how it
nothing of it.
goes.
It's like, thanks,
Alright.
ain't really my thing,
Yeah,
but
bye.
okay. Yeah.
And she just kept trying to convince me. And then she was like, I have a friend who's a model agent. And this would be the first time like anyone's ever admit or they know somebody in the modeling industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, thank you. I mean, she told me go look up 28 models and sign up for there. Because at the time they were doing a model search on their website. I was like, okay, cool. I'll
Oh, your
look
mic.
it up.
Yeah, you're talking to the mic.
I'll look it up
Just-
and I'll look it up and send in my pictures and whatever happens. But then
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually do it because I didn't want to.
So,
She comes back, I think the next day, and she was like, I have to take your pictures because he's interested. And I was like, all right. No, hearing it back, I was like, why would I even let this
it seems
this
kind of sus.
this
Random
random
lady.
lady take pictures of me? But at the time, I just didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, fine. She took some pictures and she left. And then like a week later, Showen Bishop calls me and he's like, I'm interested in signing you. And would you be comfortable with Jean-Luc? He was Damien at the time.
Damien at the time.
Coming to take some Polaroids of you. And I was like, okay, cool. Honestly, I did not expect anything to come out of this. Damien came, he took my pictures. It was a fun time because I couldn't walk in heels. So when he was taking the walk-in video, it was a hot mess.
Was it in the studio?
No, it was at my house outside because I
Did
think
you know about his studio, right?
no, I did not know about his studio.
Oh, his studio is Napa, by Napa there.
Oh,
Big
well,
white wall.
I think we
Yeah.
were coming. I think we were going back into quarantine, so it's like we had to do it at my house.
Okay.
But after he took my Polaroids, Showen messages me back, I'm interested in signing you, and then he sends a contract, and I'm like,
Oh, this is for real.
oh, this is for real.
Yeah.
This is happening.
Yeah.
I took like a month.
To sign it.
They'll sit down on the contract. It's like,
And then make sure 4 lawyers read through it like, yo, this is okay.
No,
Like,
I mean, I was just so at that point, the concerns came to the surface. Like, okay, what is happening? Why are they interested? Where am I going? What am I doing, essentially?
Modeling.
Yes, you're right. Modeling. So at that point, I was just kind of stalling. And then he calls me again. I was like, you still looking it over and such and such? I was like, yeah, my lawyer. I don't know.
lawyer.
I pulled out a lawyer from somewhere. A lawyer's looking it over. I just read it through again, asked friends and family to read it through. And then I just like, you know what?
You bit the bullet. Yeah.
Just bite the bullet and let's see how it goes. After I bite the bullet,
You didn't
I
look
was like,
into showing, no?
yeah, of course. My
Oh.
dad did like a whole Facebook
Oh.
sweep. But
Because you made it
It
sound
was
like
a-
you didn't look into them, and I was like, why is something like
He's like,
what do you mean? I mean, honestly, it's so easy to look into people nowadays.
I
It's
know.
like
you
It's
real
not-
or not? Yeah.
like it's not big investigative manners.
Had to go into the police station. Say, yeah, looking for X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. So signed the contract, and then Sean was like, oh, so these people are interested in you, Valentino, Saint Laurent. I'm like, what? What do you talk? No, it was like 2 days after I signed the contract. He's like, yeah, so these people are interested in you, so I'm just gonna get you started on model prep and training. And I'm just like,
Yo, big man.
what?
Slow down.
slow down
Honestly,
there,
I
big
did
man.
not expect it to go so fast. And then by July, I was prepping to leave Trinidad in September. And the thing about it is, in my mind, I was like, I'm not leaving because that don't make no sense. How
Yeah.
I leave in Trinidad. That,
You didn't see
what?
this man before.
And then time keeps stepping down, and I keep saying to myself,
Yeah,
what
waiting-
are the
I'm waiting for-
chances?
Did
Are
you
we-
somebody
get it already?
to.
Yeah, huh?
Did the ticket hit us yet? Like the
No,
email?
the ticket hit a week before I leave Trinidad.
Okay.
It's
So when I
like,
see the ticket hit, that's when I know it will be real.
it's like, this man ain't send me no ticket. I wait for
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
I'm waiting
even
for the
like-
scam to hit.
Yeah, you're waiting for the ball to drop. That. What do you mean you're not leaving Trinidad? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like something came up. We have to push it back a month, and then 2 months, and then 3 months,
And then
it's
that
like,
happens. It's
yeah.
like, I
And
can't do
then
it.
September rolls around, and I'm actually going.
you're on a plane. Oh,
No, well,
How was
I
the
get
September month?
the. You know how the September month was, and that's why
I don't know
asked
how
you.
the September month
Ah,
went. So, and
I
they
don't
don't
know.
know
I-
what the
sorry, I don't
September
know.
month look like.
I don't know how the September
Okay.
month was. I'm
So-
short of memory.
This would be the first time I'm leaving Trinidad since I was a child. Like, I went to America when I was like 8 years old.
Mhm.
Barely remember the trip. So basically, it's like I leaving for the first time. Got on the plane. I was going from, because it's COVID, so everything is like, protocols are strict everywhere. It's kind of like who's in who's a red country, who's a green country, yada yada yada. So I went, my route was Antigua from Antigua to London, London to Milan. Get to Antigua, waiting in the airport to go to London, going to check in for my flight. Apparently, Trinidad is on the red list. Since I just came from Trinidad, I can't get on the plane to go nowhere because I'm not allowed in England.
Nice.
Like the PTSD is coming back. It was
We could get
not
to see that
a
stuff,
fun
okay?
time. Yes, because it's traumatic. You're stuck in the airport. Curfew in Antigua starts at, I think, 8 o'clock.
What do you
So
do?
I have an hour
To
to
figure out where
get
to stay?
to figure out where to stay. So I asked the concierge service, like, okay, I need to get somewhere to stay the night because there's no flights going out.
After a particular time.
That, and there's no flights to get back to Trinidad. So she's like, okay, you could go here. I went to, can't even remember the name of the place, unfortunately, but I went to a bed and breakfast that's like 15 minutes away from the airport and had to stay the night. And during the night, well, obviously it's chaos because I didn't get on the plane to England. So my whole family's freaking out. My poor mother did not sleep. And it was just showing didn't sleep. I didn't, well, actually, you know what? I was so tired. I just knocked out because I was like, you know what?
Let them take that out. Yes. Whatever happened, happened.
Somebody else gonna have to figure it out because I mentally can't function. So they're trying to find flights out of Antigua, and it's just there's no flights running because the COVID just made everything very stagnant. So barely any flights flying out of Antigua to Trinidad, barely any flights flying out of Antigua to any other countries besides England.
Mm-hmm.
And I still can't get into England. So what happened eventually was that one of my cousins has a good friend in Antigua, and luckily I was able to stay with them for 10 days.
Oh, so it clears that
So I
you have
cleared that I wasn't in Trinidad for the last
2 weeks.
2
basically.
weeks, basically.
Okay.
And that's how I was able to get into England and then get to Milan. Unfortunately, though, I would have missed Fashion Week, which is what I was going to Milan for. I would have missed castings, everything. So I got to Milan and everything is basically over for what I would have been doing. But I signed to my agency in Milan, which is Brave Models. So kind of when you get there, showing took me to like 3 agencies that were interested in me, and I had to choose from those 3 which one I think is a best fit, or
How did
if
you
I
know
like.
which one was the best fit?
I chose the people who were most excited because the other 2,
When you say most excited, what do you mean by
well,
that?
they
In
were
terms of their
interested.
projects?
No,
Oh,
they
or
were
more
interested in me.
Or excitement for you to come on
Yeah.
board with them. Okay.
Excitement for
You
me
met them
to
in
come on.
person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, they were like the most interested in myself and what they could do for me and such and such. So that's why I picked them. Kind of deliberated it over a few days and just decided, well, yeah, they look like the best fit, especially as a new model coming into the world. And that is the whole story, basically. So I signed with Brave, did 3 months, essentially, working on my portfolio, and did a couple jobs over there. And then I came back for Christmas. I left again in February for Fashion Week. And now I'm back here. And I'm leaving again. Stay tuned for when I am, because as life as a model will teach you that they could just drop a ticket and then you have to get to the airport.
You know what they say? When it's nice, it's nice. That's what I'm saying. When it's nice, it's nice. I see that on your page you have Select Model Paris. Oh.
Yes, I do. I signed with Select Model Paris in February, yeah.
Okay.
I'm also with Select Model London as well.
So you're gonna tell the story about
So
it,
you're
or
with
we had
Paris
a
and London.
No, well,
and
okay.
one in Milan.
I
and
might
then-
tell you the story about Paris. I haven't been to London fully. Like I've been in London, but I haven't like stayed in London yet.
Okay.
Oh, you've been there just for like a night or a day just to travel, you mean?
Yeah,
Just passing through.
yeah, but it's just passing through.
How come you signed to them?
What do you mean? How come I'm saying to
Well,
them?
I mean, I just feel like you'd rather be there for like a couple of days and like talk to them.
No, well,
and-
I signed with Paris before they even saw me. So
Oh.
sometimes it goes like that. Sometimes you meet them, and sometimes there's like, we want to sign you. They sign, and then you come over. I signed with Select Paris before I left. Well, I didn't sign with them. They were interested in me before I left Trinidad to go to
No.
Fashion Week.
In February. Okay.
And I went over there after Milan Fashion Week to go and cast for Paris Fashion Week.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get through?
That is a question. I got through in the sense that a lot of brands were interested, but I didn't get through in the sense that I walked a runway. So I didn't reach Damien level yet. I didn't reach.
Oh, so you haven't walked a
I haven't
wa-
walked a
runway.
show
She
yet.
did shoots, but I
Oh,
don't
I've
think
done
no
shoots.
runaway.
I've done shoots for Salvatore Ferragamo, Umbilico, a lot of small brands, but I haven't
Ferragamo
walked
is not small.
I know what to say.
I hear Future talking about them.
Yeah,
I was like, what are you talking about?
it's
What
been in a
are
rap
small
song.
ones, Ferragamo?
If it's been in a rap song, it's not
It's
small no
big,
more.
yeah, for sure.
so, but I haven't
Especially
walked.
Future? Nah, that ain't no small brand.
I haven't walked the runway yet. Looking forward to it, but I haven't.
Okay, how does it work with you signing to so many agencies? Is it that an agency is only meant for?
So how it goes is, at least my basic understanding of it is that Showing is my mother agent. So 28 Models is my mother agency.
So that's the top.
Mm-hmm.
I was like up here,
And
then
they would
everybody's
basically
below.
sub.
Yeah, so they would. What's the word you want to use?
Subcontract, basically.
Basically subcontract to other agencies. So you can't. So let's take Paris for example. There's strict laws against doing work in Paris without a Parisian agency controlling, because you have the money has to go through them, and they have to have rights and residencies and business protocols
Mm-hmm.
in Paris. So you can't be an agency from, let's say, Spain and doing business in
Paris. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to book me, they have to book me through a Paris agency, and that's how you get.
Oh, so if they want to book you
Oh.
to be in a specific place, you have to be on an agency that's also in that place.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
A lot of there's places that have more leniency, but for the big fashion cities, that's usually how it goes. They have like strict rules that money can't pass through without a Paris, or money can't pass through without a specific agency that is
Resides
run
in the area.
Yeah, resides in the area.
At the states or the country or whatever,
That-
depending
I
on where it is.
understand. What has been I don't want to say biggest culture shock, but basically the biggest culture shock in terms of fashion. I didn't want to say culture shock, but I can think
We can
anything
go
else.
culture shock, because honestly, when
Okay,
you go to
culture shock.
Milan, there is limited black people. There's like no, because
Uh-huh.
you will realize it
Speak
when
on
they
it.
start staring at you.
It's like, oh, the exotic.
You realize you're a minority when you reach there, like
Mhm.
minority. So I think that would have been the biggest culture shock. Luckily for me, there was a whole group of 28 models, and we're all from Trinidad.
Mhm.
So we all have the same kind of experiences that we could learn from each other, and
Mhm.
just have that kind of camaraderie. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Camaraderie. And just, I don't know, just be together like a little family in the midst
Yeah,
of
so
all
you
that's
don't feel
going
as though
on.
you're just
Like,
by
you
yourself.
feel as
You don't- yeah,
alone.
okay.
Yes. That would have been the biggest culture shock.
So the biggest culture shock, real white people.
essentially just a lot of white people. Paris is much better. Paris is
Why you
much
made that face?
better.
It's just like how it could sound. It's just like Milan. It just had real white people, but Paris, it was better. It had more. It's-
Oh wow!
Exactly. That's how it sounded, but
Trying to mess up the yield contract.
no, it's fine.
We're here to help her. Not here to.
No, because Damien does always say I make everything sound very nonchalant, but I don't do it for spite. It's just how
You know
it
the
does
meme with
come
the house
across.
burning, and it's just like everything's
Everything's
fine.
fine, yeah.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Showing calls me like, so I saw the podcast.
You take it down.
Will you
That
have-
ain't working
will you
out.
have CYAN? Take that down, please. No, I can't book the guild.
My bad, y'all. My bad. Okay. So you talk about money.
No, I was gonna ask her.
Okay. Go ahead.
What?
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna ask about her shoots.
Go ahead.
What about
And
my
like how they
shoots?
came about. What is? I was gonna ask the comparison between. Well, you wouldn't have modeled as much locally in Trinidad?
I didn't. Well, all the shoots I've done in Trinidad have been people just ask me
Right.
if I could help, not help them out,
So-
but just do a little something and be like, all right, cool, whatever. It's not like I wouldn't call it modeling work because most of the times it was
For the
for
freezies.
free.
For the
Yeah.
freeze?
For the freeze.
For the
Okay.
freezies.
But I was gonna ask, what was like your biggest difference between locally and internationally, like just how things are run? I feel like this is the best talk I could have with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, coming
'Cause
from a
you-
photographer, yeah.
But
Because you've been
considering
behind, in front, in both, well, mostly in front in both regions, internationally and locally.
yes.
So I
So
feel like you
what's
could,
the biggest difference
yeah.
in the? Now you see, I
What do
want
you
to
like
be
slash
able.
not like about how things are handled locally and internationally?
No, wait. Okay, so I don't want to be.
If you had to be critical, you had to be critical, you know.
Yeah, I had.
Lady, you
I
just
know
talked
that,
about
but
white
I,
people.
But there's
I
like,
don't feel like it
there's
can
some
get worse.
nuances. I feel like there's nuances that you can't ignore. Like those those shoots that I was on internationally. These are from brands that been around. They've done this how many ever different times with how many ever different models. So it's like you expect a certain caliber of organization, of work ethic, of everything to do with everything that you just don't, you can't expect from down here because it's not realistic.
Can you give an example?
I
No, well, you tell me from a photographer perspective.
no, but I can't say it's not realistic because the thing is, once one or two people say, "Well, this is how
We
we're
run
gonna
into
do
things.
things now,"
Yeah.
people are
No,
gonna
because-
look at it and be like,
I want to adopt
"Oh, well,
that.
that looking kind of cool." And then when
I
models
mean,
talk about, well,
true.
working with these group of photographers, it's real simple and real easy. Or this group of people that organizes a shoot is real simple
But you
and
know
easy.
what it really comes down
Everybody
to?
else now that not doing it gonna hop on board, and then they stand over, go from here.
To up here.
Don't make it sound so bad.
Hey.
Go from here to here.
I mean, but you know what's the difference though?
What's the
Money. You have to have money to be able to have a, I don't want to say have a comprehensive set. So you have stylists, you have your models, you have your photographer, you have your photographer assistant, you have your lighting assistant, you have
I'm not even
your,
talking about all the people. I'm just talking about just like
your food.
a couple of people could, like 2 or 3 could organize a shoot well.
Yes.
You've
But
done it
even-
before.
Yeah, but even
So
when
you don't
we
have to
did
make it-
shoots together, Jabari,
It was still,
it was still chaotic.
but there was still some organization. Like I've seen
It has some
very
structure to it. It has some
disorganized-
structure to it, is what he's getting at.
Okay.
As in, like, people have mood boards and all these things from before.
Yeah,
So when
it's
you
like
come
this is
in,
what
it's
we
like,
this is what we're looking for, and this
this
is what we want to achieve.
doing.
Okay, I understand.
things
I
like that.
understand.
Internationally, money is just in play to where everybody
It could just
you can
flow
now
organically.
divide it. The things that one person would do into like 4
Yeah,
things now.
you could, and that's
But
that
it's not that
helps.
one person can't do it.
It's easier.
But
Four
then
hands on
again,
deck.
but then again, are you gonna pay that one person to do all those different jobs? Because that's a lot of work, and I've done it, so I know. So okay. One thing I would say, I feel like the simplest ways to fix shoots in Trinidad would be that we have to actually treat it as
Magazine.
something worth your time, because a lot of people treat photo shoots as just vikey. You do it for
I
a
just here
couple
for fun.
hours. You do it for a couple hours. You get some nice shots and you're good. Nobody has. No, I shouldn't say nobody. Few people have the
Mindset.
mindset to understand that, okay, if this is a e-commerce shoot, if this is an editorial, if this is for Instagram, how do we communicate this to the audience, or what style are we looking at, or what models should we use for this? Because everybody ends up using influencers, and it's like, okay, we could use models, we could
Use regular people.
we could use regular people. Like, there's no thought process into what we want out of the shoot, and that just means that everything will end up being chaotic and vikey. That is one thing I think could change if you put more
intention
intentions
towards
into
who you're trying to
what-
reach
Yeah, even in what you're trying to say
or convey.
or convey.
Yeah. You heard it here, folks. Okay.
What was your biggest, I guess, learning on a shoot?
My biggest learning experience.
Learning experience, yes. Did you ever have trouble on a shoot? Like,
Yes, but because of the same thing that I was saying before, that I've never felt very comfortable in front of the camera, so I'm still working my way through it. I would say the biggest learning experience would have been that, so they have a thing called e-commerce where you take photos for websites only. And I don't know if you've ever gone on a fashion website, but the pictures that you see with the models just standing straight, and you get all the clothing details, but the model isn't really doing anything. So basically, it's just to sell how the outfit will look on somebody. I didn't realize that does actually take a lot out of you. Like, standing up straight for the camera for 40 outfits, 40 pieces of clothing. Boy.
Yeah.
No, because it's like you think standing straight and just watching the camera and just being like, you don't have to do anything. So you're thinking, okay, that's not
Right.
gonna
Simple. Bet.
simple,
No scene.
no scene. You're not. Why are you tired for? Honestly, midway through, you feel as I don't know if it's because you're not doing anything, but it's just like it takes.
No, you get tired very
you
quickly.
get tired very quickly because it's like I'm not doing anything
Active.
active.
Yeah. It's a weird thing to say that, you're not doing anything active, but you're getting tired from doing nothing active. It's one of
But-
those things where, like, if you're lying down in bed, you just be like, "Where's why I'm real tired? I'm
Yeah.
gonna lie down some. I'm gonna lie down some more to see if I get energy."
But yeah, that was the biggest one. Like, you have to kind of like pace yourself so that you have energy to finish it out, because I don't know now is it's something else. Like, going through 40
what was
outfits.
the 40 outfits for? For who?
So my last shoot before I came back to Trinidad in December would have been wait, just have to check.
Would
Just
you
check
still
the
be on their
phone.
website?
No, those photos haven't. So photos don't usually come out. That's another thing.
I know it doesn't come out immediately. It'll come out like some months after,
We're
right?
gonna track back to just a few seconds ago when we were talking about photo shoots in Trinidad. Photo shoots away, they do it like 6 months, 3 months, at best 2 months before it's supposed to release. So they have those things carded way, way, way in advance. So
Which
that's
is how
another thing.
Fashion Week works, right? It's for the year next
well,
year. Not so?
Well, it depends, because some brands
Do same
would-
year?
No, it depends on what it's for. So some brands don't subscribe to the rigorous Fashion Week schedule.
They might do seasons.
So yeah, they might do season, they might do resort, they might do honestly, they might even follow their own logic, but at the end of the day, whatever they are following would be way in advance of when they're gonna release.
Yeah.
So for Salvatore, it would be, so what I would have shot would come out in August. So you'd see my pictures on the website in August 2022, because it's
Okay.
for
And
those
they took
are
it February.
Yeah, I took it in February.
Okay.
So those clothing you're gonna buy in August. Therefore, the pictures will come out in August. But for Umbilico, that was a jewelry brand. The shots would have come out in January, so that's like a month, 2 months after I would have shot with them. And that's, well, it's a jewelry brand, so you don't really subscribe to any particular season.
Yeah, so when people want to buy, people
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean, where it could be anybody could do whatever schedule they want, but the schedule usually is that you have your photos ready in advance of when you want to release it.
Yeah,
And that's something I think we could subscribe to,
Yeah,
honestly.
that would be nice.
that's me right now.
The
Because,
photographers would
yeah,
like to not be stressing
photographers-
on the edits.
Exactly.
I want
You wanna
to- I
give
want to
them
post next week.
time.
I want to
You.
post next week. I
like,
want to post on the
yo.
24th.
Give my break.
What is it? We can shoot on the,
like-
the 22nd?
Somebody was like, "Dog, you doing real shoots?" I'm like,
No.
no,
No.
no."
They will start
just
up.
all
No, like
coming out.
I in take a picture in about a month or two.
Wow.
And I've been posting on Instagram. I think I haven't posted in probably like 2 or 3 weeks, but I was posting consistently for about a month. People was like, "I seen your real weekend," and I'm like, "Yo, those pictures were taken in December. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I'd be shooting the week before. I'm very different.
Yeah, well, yes.
Well, I have
And
a lot of ideas, and I have people I could call on. So
Like
I just
me.
kinda, well, I was 2 looks, I think. But I was just saying in general, I have people that I could call on. So
Mm-hmm.
I messaged them, and it's just like, okay, well,
Organized.
that's this week.
Yeah.
What we on next?
Wow.
That is it.
Yeah.
But
I,
yeah.
I don't have time for that right now because
You're booked and busy?
no,
Yeah,
I'm
school.
not booked. You and Matil.
Yeah, books, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I booked. But
Booked for
not,
sure.
not in the way that others would be thinking.
That is true. I'm finishing my thesis, so it's like,
How is that working? Oh, I guess it's only
That's
when
why
you have
she's
to.
here.
Oh, okay.
So
why
you
well,
watching
I
it?
guess I guess I
It's
should say why
it's
I'm
why
back in
you're
Trinidad.
here. It's
Well,
why you're
I'm
I'm
back.
finishing school.
You watch me like I did something wrong.
No, I didn't watch.
I was
No,
like-
but no, it reminded me that I didn't say, like, people probably will wonder, like, why she.
So,
why she
what are you
home.
studying right
I'm
now?
studying mass communication. I've been in
Okay.
this degree at Costard for 4 years. So, and
I
I'm
feel
now
like everybody's
doing-
being a chokehold with custard.
No, my degree was always supposed to finish in 4 years. So,
Uh-huh.
I'm actually on track to finish on time, unlike
Okay.
unlike some people. But
Doing
you
it for the
know,
both of us.
yes, that's all right,
It's
Jabari.
like-
I'll finish.
Here's the baton. You gotta finish this
I'll
race
finish
because
this.
Everybody that I hear is that
at
just
custard.
doing they're just doing a degree in general. I'm like you're doing it for the both of us
Yeah, okay.
because I can't be bothered anymore.
That's
I
all
really
right.
can't.
That's all right.
Okay.
What we was talking about?
Mass communication.
Your degree?
Degree in mass communication.
No,
at
before
Custard.
that. But yes,
That's why you're back in Trinidad.
yes, I have to finish my thesis, and then honestly, after that, it's really up to. I'll probably
The
be
ticket booker.
the ticket booker. I'll probably be out of the country, and then maybe I'll come back for another podcast and tell you all about my experiences then.
Well, yeah, hopefully Damien will be back at some point.
Yeah.
Damien is like he doesn't want
Damien
to come
is
back.
famous.
Damien does not want to come back at all. I feel like
He'll come back, but
When
he'll
he
come
see
back
the,
when
maybe when he see the ID card
I
expire.
feel like he'll
it's
come
like,
back real low-key. Or he'll just come back and not say anything. And I was like, oh, well, I'm leaving again. I'm not now to be like,
You
oh,
just see a
well,
picture in the airport or something.
Yeah.
Nah. He'll come back and meet you guys and such.
Well, he has to.
Obviously.
I'm a boy.
But you, I feel like by the time Damien come back, you will be outside.
What?
Why wait, it's a secret.
Yes.
Wow.
Because we don't talk about it until it happened. I just don't like the
Putting it out in the world before things.
No, not
No, well,
even that.
that was me. Because in September, I think
It's not even that.
I took like a what it was. I don't think I posted that I was out of the country until like October.
Mm.
I don't want to get people hyped.
And
for
then,
nothing.
Okay.
Like
I
I don't
understand.
want to be like, oh well, I'm supposed to be leaving on this date, and I'm gonna be gone for like a week, and then the date comes and it's like, you still here? Yeah. I don't. I hate that. I hate that. So I would tell you like when I know like for sure.
Tickets, book, bag, pack.
He would not even know. I'd be like, yeah, in the airport. I'll leave for a week.
Wow.
I wouldn't.
Wow.
I do give you wrong because I'm probably.
Yeah, I'm
going to be
telling
the
you,
same.
I need to know that it's happening for sure. I don't want to build it up and it's like, oh yeah, Jabari's supposed to be leaving like next week or tomorrow, you
Or,
know?
well,
And then it's like,
yeah.
yeah, guys, so I'm
Nah.
not going anymore. All of this and all of that. Nah, I don't like. It's just real talk, you know. I need when the ticket hit.
And
I'll
you can no
tell everybody.
choice. The
When the-
COVID test don't take.
Well, he would have known. I would have called him and told him like, hey, could you double check this ticket for me, please, so I
I
can
don't
know
know
that
why you double checking tickets.
I need to,
Why?
Because things has changed instantaneously.
because just life is.
Okay.
No, like I've been
What
in
if
New
you
York
didn't get scammed, but I get
on
scammed?
the runway to take off, and it's like, never mind.
What if I show up in the
I
airport and then they tell me, yeah, this is not a real ticket?
well I
This is a
don't
fake ticket.
I don't
Photoshopped.
know if that could ever happen.
I feel like it.
Really?
You could have
feel
an
like it
issue
could
maybe
be
with
as
your
well.
ID, but it shouldn't. Like maybe if your name on the ticket
Like if
is
you
wrong.
bought a ticket before, I feel like you could
Mhm.
just kind of scan, change a few numbers, and you know.
Nah,
Fake
those
tickets.
tickets-
Nah.
it's not.
Because when this nah.
What if
The
somebody
only-
just wanted to
the
cause
only
you
thing I
stress in
can,
your life?
the only thing I can see is like if they put like they spelt your name wrong, and then you go and you present your passport, and they're like,
It's the wrong name.
this is
But
not how it's
usually,
spelled.
But
but
what
usually
if
they give you
somebody
a little
wanted to give you
leeway with
stress
that.
in
Yeah,
your
that's what I
life?
said. That's why I said the only issue I can see is with that.
What do you mean? What?
What if somebody wanted to cause you stress in your life?
No, the only people that would cause you stress is
Then you don't need
immigration.
those people.
Immigration is what will cause you
But
stress.
you wouldn't know until it happened.
Yeah, until you're standing up in front of the immigration officer, they'll be like, "Yeah, you needed this document. You didn't know
You
that."
see when you-
It's like, y'all don't have a full
I hit the
list.
line and I see everybody walking straight. Excuse me, Mr. David. Yeah, come to the side.
Oh wow.
You pack your,
I'll
did you
cry.
did you pack your bag yourself?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dog, every single time. I know for sure I pack my bag for myself, but every single time you pack your bag for yourself.
I think so.
Yes. Anyone tampered with your bag?
Possibly, maybe. I don't-
Where is this?
The United States of America.
Exactly.
Where is this?
Ole, we don't have these. That is the only place you get those kinds of specific problems.
We're staying by X,
Who
Y,
you
and
staying
Z.
by? Man,
How you getting there?
Listen.
I'm like, yo,
Listen.
they're outside.
do you not see my parents? Like, with
No,
them?
well, I travel by
Oh,
myself.
right.
So it's like how you getting there because they would see like, 18.
You ever heard of Uber? It's
No,
gonna take
because,
one of
like,
those.
I am bracing myself to actually enter the US because it's like I don't know, like
Oh, yeah, it's a
to
whole
be
thing.
treated front and center. Like if you use one druggie and you come in through with
Yeah.
about 5 bags of cocaine.
No,
I don't know.
America
Nah.
has PTSD and they would
Oh
forever have
my
PTSD.
God.
But I don't give them wrong. Because like my dad, quite literally, my dad was like, if you get anything wrong or you seem nervous, I can't help you. I was like,
If you seem nervous,
no, because if you seem nervous,
No,
they would
normally
pull
when
you
you're
to
nervous,
the,
it's
they would
like-
pull you to the side to figure
So
out what's
if
going
I
on with you.
You never watched that show of
I know
of people
which
getting the drugs and then they had to go across the border and like deliver to somebody else.
locked up
Yeah.
abroad.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, so if they find you moving a little weird and they pull you to question you, it's a whole long process. And my dad is like, just comply with whatever they say because
I can't help you.
I can't help you. And anyways, I feel like we got off track, but
No, that's fine. It's necessary.
No, but
it's part of the
honestly,
part of the process.
But
Yeah.
speaking of off track,
off track with what?
I was trying to think of a good segue.
That was a segue.
Yeah.
well, just run it. Just.
Speaking of running,
But before you go to this segue, in Amsterdam, all they just do is ask you what you was doing and then stamp and you're going through.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get another dose of PTSD this year.
are you leaving again?
Think about it. As I say,
You just had to
If
just
you
hype
just-
yourself up.
if you see I go on, well, like, you know, I'll come and ask for the lens.
Oh yeah, we had a record before in advance.
And I'll come and
pump
ask for the
out an
lens.
episode,
I'll
and
tell you, hey, for the next 2 weeks or month,
Yeah,
you
we're going to record
you gotta shoot on a
podcast
50.
episodes in advance. It'll have to be like 2 a day.
Yeah,
What
but
a day.
it will be
Yeah.
during the vacation period because school finishing in May. So my uncle was like, June? Nah. Anything after that? Sure. I was like, okay.
Speaking of vacation,
Yes, Jabari.
how was it vacating when you left? Or was it just always hectic?
Vacating where?
I don't know. I just wanted to use the word. Let's go with
Nice.
Milan.
How was it vacating? Like
What was it
leaving?
day to day? Was it just always hectic every day? Was it?
So how you get vacating? Oh my.
I'm
Leave it.
trying to like work it
Leave
out.
it, leave it, leave it, leave it.
Because I'm like, you want to know what happened when I was leaving?
No.
Okay. Tell us your day
I just
today.
want to know what the day to day in Milan. How was it
So
like?
Whether or not you have
Basically-
an
Was it
alarm,
hectic?
alarm wakes you up.
I get up
CYAN gets up.
at
Yes.
7
Mhm.
a.m. every morning. But that's just because it's always unpredictable. So basically, you get your schedule for the next day like 6 p.m. the night before. And that's
Mhm.
so they'll tell you if you have castings.
Basically, you have 12 hours to organize your life.
Yes, if you have castings, what time, yada yada yada. If you have a fit-in, if you have an actual job, you find out if you have a job the next day, the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of have to always be ready to
Yeah, don't make no plans.
Don't-
Do you always have a bag packed?
Yeah, like my purse always just stays with whatever I need for the day because even so, when you get your schedule and you see that you don't have a job, you could kind of relax. But then on the day itself, they'll call you or they'll email you like, oh, go to this casting at 3:00. Go to this casting in Quito on the next side of Milan. You could get there by 6. So you kind of always have to be ready to just
Go.
move.
Yeah.
So, and then there's also like test shoots. So to build a portfolio, you just do a lot of shoots with a lot of photographers around Milan that are interested in your look. You do a
You
test
pay
shoot.
for those?
Technically,
You were
It
supposed
depends.
to, but the mother agency covered it.
no, not the model agency. The
Oh.
agency that booked the test shoot would cover it.
Wait.
Before
Okay.
they'll cover it, they'll front it basically, and then the fees for that shoot will come out of your
Next booking.
money.
Okay.
So, basically, are you gonna ask how
What
the
about
money
that shoot?
works?
No, but more like for the photographers, like, is it the photographers goes to the agency and be like, hey, I want to work with X, Y, and
Well,
Z?
usually
or-
you get like a book, or like at the beginning of the season they'd send you the models that they have in town, so you kind of get
So
New
the
faces.
okay,
Yeah.
so but the photographers are on like a list or something? I don't understand.
Oh, okay.
Like how
Yeah,
the
but they
photographer.
I
have-
finally understand what he's saying. So it's
Like-
more of like you would go to the agency,
Mm-hmm.
work with a couple models for free,
Okay.
and this will show them what you could do, and then after they'll call you back if
Oh.
they have like new
Yeah.
faces that they want to shoot.
so you get like a
It's not just like,
package.
hey, I'm in town, just let me know.
Yeah, because I'm like, how
Yeah,
you
'cause if they
know
don't know
who's
of you
a
and they don't know
photographer
your
and who's
work.
not? Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to work with them a couple times before, and then you could
Yeah.
be like, oh, well, I normally charge this for test shoots after giving them like 4 or 5.
Oh, okay.
For
'Cause
free.
I'm
For
like,
free.
how do you as a photographer
Photographer.
starting out,
Yeah.
just
That's a good question
just-
to ask Damien, but that's basically how he would have started.
I knew
And
that because
then-
of Damien, that's why. I wouldn't
And
know.
then they would send you, and if you're established with them, then they would send
Mm.
you like packages like of new faces that they have in town, and you can choose from that which models that you want to work with, or if you're gonna work with all of them and whatever.
okay. I understand.
So, yeah.
But yeah, that's a day to day. I can't really explain what a day to day life is because it's just
You ever have days of just nothing? Okay.
plenty.
Mm.
What was the most hectic day you had?
That you can think of.
Those would be days that you have a job, because I had a job in.
So is it every day that's hectic?
So, every job? Every
And I was say,
What?
is it every time you have a job? It's like, jeez, you web.
Basically, because you have to get you have to get up early, and then you have to go
How early?
like 5, depending if it's a morning
that's
shoot.
fine.
But okay, so if it's so, I did 2 shoots
But what would be
outside
the
of
call
Milan,
time though?
and so you have to get on the train.
How are the trains?
How was it? Trains are great, Jabari. They're lovely.
I've never been. I
Okay.
don't know.
Just
Wow.
bombarding with questions.
No, just like while you're building on the story, I just feel like it's good information.
Okay, the trains are
Nice.
great.
They're
Okay.
European. Very nice. Very
What is
nice.
no? I only see them in Harry Potter. Sorry, I don't know.
Oh god, that is not the train I'm talking about. It's like a fast train.
It's a Eurostar, so probably a bullet train or
Yeah,
you're
like a
talking
bullet
serious.
train.
I was joking.
Oh,
You'll took it. I was like,
because they are like.
I've seen
are
trains
they
outside of Harry Potter.
trains? Okay. Anyways, so
wake up at
for
5 in the
trains
morning.
outside of Milan, you kind of so they tell you on the day that you're going. They usually tell you a little earlier if you have to leave Milan. So you have to go and get your test, take a COVID test.
To leave
then-
the city.
Yeah.
Are they
'cause
free?
No,
The COVID test.
no,
How much is it? 50 euros?
no. 15. It's
Oh.
an antigen, so
That's
It's
cheap.
yeah,
That's about what, 150?
basically.
I just do it by
If
10.
you-
No,
do
it's
it
like
by 10.
one. Yeah, okay, yeah.
If you do it by 10, it's 150, but
130.
Yeah, but
around
still.
there.
I see selling for 60 here though.
I think it's subsidized
It's
in
self-test
Milan.
though.
Oh,
the
this one. I
antigen
know what to
test.
say.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we listen to you. We're on the same track.
Take a
Like
take
the
a COVID
train.
test to leave
Take
the
your
city.
COVID test, and then at night you go on the train and head to your destination.
Wait, at night?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were talking about in the
It'll be an
morning.
early call time.
It'll be an early
Oh,
call time
okay, okay.
in our next
City. So you
city.
leave the city at night to reach for the morning.
Yeah.
And they have accommodations and travel and everything there prepared when you're there.
Yes. So you
I
get
always wanted to
out
see
of
my
the
name on a card.
train.
What do you mean?
So
What?
when you reach the station, it only happened once.
Oh,
so I've
that's what you
only
mean
Oh
when
yeah,
you-
when you're at the station, it's like,
Oh,
There's somebody
okay.
waiting with your name on like a little plaque or something. I've only seen it once. So
I see Damien always sees it.
Damien is famous.
True. Okay.
So
Enough about Damien. We're here for you.
Yeah, you're on the train.
so you
To
leave
the
the train
station.
station, you get to your hotel, and then you wake up in the morning. You go, you prep yourself, and then somebody comes, gets you from the hotel, and you go to the shoot. The shoot is usually like very long if they ask you to come out of the city. So it's
Very long as in hours. How much hours is that?
12 hours probably.
Ugh.
And then thing about that makes it so hectic is that you have to get back on whatever train is leaving that night
Mhm.
and get back to Milan and then
Reset for the next day if you
reset
have
for the
work.
next day if you have work. Like I've seen people do that back to back to back to back to back in a week, and it's like that's because the thing about it is you're not sleeping. You barely sleep on the
By the
train.
time you sleep is to wake
So
back up.
by the time you sleep, you wake back up and you start another.
Go time.
Why not sleeping on the train?
I don't know. It's very. It's,
You miss your stop?
No.
you won't miss your
Do they
stop.
stop you? Like when you get to your stop?
What?
No.
Or like when they get to
No,
a
but
stop?
you have to know what your stop is because they'll stop and you get out.
Yeah.
So it's not
and
like
some
Oh.
some trains will call it out. Some trains you just had to look.
yeah, you have to look. So luckily for me, Milan is usually like the last stop. But for going to the destination, I have to look up and see like where I'm at all times.
Yeah.
So that's why you try not to sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah. If you're sleeping, you keep it looking every 2
Ah.
seconds.
And that's not good. That's not sleep.
No.
So by the time you reach home,
You just
you're
exhausted.
tired.
Yeah.
and then you have to go and do it all over again the next
Or
day.
if you're my dad, you say, "We stop in here. Look fit." I'm like, "See, this is my first time going on a train, and if we miss, we miss, no. That's all I see." But yeah, so internationally, like for the money, right? When you get paid, when you come back
Oh,
here,
that's a great thing.
how does that work? Is it that your card?
That would be
Awesome.
great if I got paid, Jabari. So
Oh wow.
here's the great thing. these, the, I'll be real. How big is all the audience?
They ain't PR trainer yet. Damon is definitely PR trainer. I ain't gonna lie. You saw the interview of him?
On
TV?
TTT.
Yeah.
They have not PR trained me. Don't worry.
Alright. So,
Well,
tiptoe as much as you can tiptoe.
I'll
let me
tiptoe.
say maybe like you say like 50 people?
Yeah,
Alright.
about 50.
50
Average.
to 60. Because I haven't really checked.
It takes
I
a
feel like
while.
I have to check.
Outside
so
of the YouTube, I'm talking about the...
Oh, in general.
I
Well-
on YouTube and Anchor. It could be like 60.
it takes a while to get
What was the
paid.
last one?
The last one was 51.
51?
Yeah, 51
And
was
then add
last.
the Anchor to it.
So I wouldn't be able to say
Yeah.
this on morning edition, but yes.
Yeah, this is not morning
No.
edition.
I'll
we
tell
ain't-
you all.
We didn't have no broad audiences yet.
It takes a while to get paid.
That's
So
on like a
I've
everything.
I've had
everything with
shoots that
65?
I have not.
65.
About 60, yeah. 60 or 65.
I've had shoots that I haven't got paid for. So
That happened when?
last year,
Mm.
October. So
But how does it normally work though? Are they supposed to give you money one
so the
time?
thing about it, but
Because I don't really
the
like
fashion
passing paper on the
industry-
day. I like
Oh
just wire me money.
Yeah,
or
no, I wouldn't
something,
say just drop it in my account because
no, because you have to go through. They have to go through. Well, at least for models, I don't know what's the usual thing with photographers. Well, I've seen, because Damien would be the only photographer that I've interacted with internationally, like actually know his business.
Mhm.
So I've seen him get money like about a month or two after he did the shoot. But for models, because our money has to go through
The agencies.
somebody else,
Okay.
that takes a
Oh, wow.
long process. So if the client pays, the agency has to take out their fees and yada yada yada, and then you get paid. And if the client takes long to pay, then
it takes longer for you.
everything takes longer.
Yeah.
So essentially, it would be nice to get paid.
Yeah, but I was coming from.
So you haven't paid for one?
Next question.
But I was just going to
What are you
say.
supposed to
in
get
terms-
Next question.
Alright.
I thought we just say that I'm not PR trained.
No, I said what were you supposed to be paid?
in figures is what you're
Number.
asking, yeah.
Like a number.
Yeah.
Why you want to know my business like that?
Or you
Just
can give
like
a
one
ballpark.
number. Give me a range, I guess.
Now you see, gross pay or net pay? Because net pay would be because they'd have to take out flights and stuff. So
How much you going home with, CYAN? I'm not talking about
Net.
I don't know. That's a little more difficult.
Okay.
I'd say,
so you've seen the gross number then.
yeah, I've seen the gross
Okay.
number.
Okay, well then,
How-
then why
how
are you
gross?
giving me options if you
How
only have
gross?
one answer?
How gross is gross?
How gross is gross?
Mm.
So you have to do all of that?
You see that airplanes
Yeah,
on-
because
Yeah,
you have
that's
to
on top.
calculate each job.
Not
No, just
each,
an average. Just
one.
Or just one?
Just
Yeah,
one. And how
arrange.
much you made while you were there?
It's just how, it's like,
just
okay, for
asking
one
about
job,
one
I got
job.
between this
What did
range.
you get? Or what were you supposed to get?
Let me go on my email.
Okay, and then where I was coming from, where the question was, in terms of like setting up, like for you to get paid, like what did you have to set up as an international citizen? Because I know you would have to set up a wallet.
Yeah, I have a
International.
Wise account
Mm-hmm.
so that I can get paid in different currencies and not have to go through how you say a main bank in each city.
Mm-hmm.
So my account right now is set up for euros, and you want to say something?
No, I was breathing.
It was kind of like
Like he's waiting to just jump in.
No, you never just have one of those very deep breaths, and it's like, yeah, just have to breathe
yeah.
in. Like,
People is always I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. It's like
It was
weapon. I was like nothing. I just was
I was
inhaling.
I was just breathing.
Yeah, so it's called Wise, and I have what I have right now is like euros and US. So
Okay, but like when you come back home, like how does one access?
She's a
well, I have
card.
my card,
Oh, okay.
and my
Yeah,
card can work down here.
I don't wanna
He
get
has
up.
the same card.
All right.
You
Oh,
can
right,
show
right.
it- show
Yes.
it to the
No, well,
audience.
he
I had to get up. I don't know.
and then he had to block the number and
Well,
all
like,
kind of yeah.
Not to care about the number. I mean,
Now on the
So-
front is like bare, so you don't
Oh,
really
okay.
see nothing.
All right, well, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Is
that
it the
too.
blue card? I think.
No, it's the green one.
green. Whatever. Anyways,
Ah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Nah, you already made me get up.
See,
Is there numbers on it?
No,
it's probably no.
Oh yeah, there's no
Oh
numbers on
wow,
it.
it's neon green.
just don't show the back.
Don't show your back, man.
I didn't know. You just handed it to me. And how am I supposed to see the front if I can't show the back exactly? Okay, just do it.
Yeah,
I probably had to
it's just green.
show a
Yeah,
black
so you
screen
could
for that
just-
part.
No, that's fine. I don't. Think it's fine.
That fast people, you know.
Alright, I'll just look at it and see.
Yeah, if you could see.
Yeah, then they can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a card too. I just. It's so good. Well, yeah, it's neat. I like this green. This is a nice green. It looks like a green I go and get dirty real quick.
Yeah,
It stays in your wallet.
No, I
when
find
I start
mine,
to pass on a terminal
yeah,
over
I
time.
find mine
Oh,
is a
I've
little
used
bit
it one time.
grimy.
So I mean,
This is fancy. If you want to see one, get one yourself. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I have,
Okay.
and I think showing is setting up for me to pay tax, because you have to pay taxes. That's another thing that eats at your money. You have to pay taxes in each of the countries that you're working in,
And each one of them is different.
and each one of them is different. So that.
So you're going to show the finances now
Yeah,
with the
she
email?
Oh, shucks, yes.
Yeah, she didn't give a number.
Okay, so let's just go with. I haven't.
What are you looking
worked-
at? It's off.
Yes, but I'm trying.
She thinking.
to, like,
She thinking. She processing.
You haven't worked for less than.
I haven't worked for I haven't worked for less than 500 euros. That's basic.
Okay. Okay.
No, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
What's going rate for models here?
Yeah, we
What's
know
Talk
we
to
in
them.
a
Talk to them.
What is the
we know we in
going
a state,
rate?
but yeah.
You've
for
had to hire a
models?
couple,
I've had to hire models.
so you would know prices. Come on,
Actually, let me.
talk to us nice.
I think the most I've ever. No, let me put a
Not
disclaimer.
you been paid, huh?
No. Let me put a disclaimer that I've only facilitated these things.
She's like, it's not
It
coming
has
out of
to-
my
I
pocket.
did not
It's
pay.
up-
I
in
did
her
not
styling
pay these
career.
models.
Uh-huh.
If I was paying, obviously,
They
I would
wouldn't be
pay
so high.
more.
Oh, you would pay more?
No,
course I would pay
I saw this
more.
coming from a mile away where she's like,
Oh, I thought
I
she
am
meant
not
it as in, like-
responsible for the state of the pay that they are receiving.
Exactly.
If-
No, I
Pay
was
is
getting it.
abysmal in this country.
Yeah, that's what I said. I know we have a problem.
Like, y'all don't get paid enough. Models don't get paid enough. Nobody gets paid enough. It is what it is. So I think I've facilitated the pay of models like 500. I think the most has been 800. If it's like a shoot like we did with Mercedes, it would have been like 1,000 a day. Yes. So
That's the most that you've seen.
yes, that's the most I've seen.
Have you heard of any larger numbers?
I've heard of larger numbers, but I've never seen
Expedited.
it. I've never seen it or participated in it.
What's the larger number you heard of for a model?
Don't
You gotta
know.
call who? I just want to know.
No, well, that would have been your range. I didn't experience
range?
that. No.
Oh, the guy that I was
Exactly.
telling you about. With
Oh.
the,
That would have been the only time I've heard like a model calling that kind of price in Trinidad. So I never experienced that. I mean, good for her
It's a guy.
Him.
or good for
It
him.
was 2,500 for those of you that were like, what did they talk about?
Good for
He
him.
said 2,500 for the, like what?
Did
5 hours?
yeah, around
It was
that.
like a full day. It was like 4 or 5 hours.
Half a day, basically.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't.
I mean, I
This
don't
ain't-
want to.
like,
I don't
would
want to
like
cringe
to, but it
because
ain't.
it ain't in the budget.
It ain't that budget.
I don't want to cringe because I think we should get to the point where we pay models that kind of money, but it's just
People are not
People
willing
don't want to pay. People don't
put
want to
out the
pay.
money
Yeah.
in the first place.
yeah, because they don't see photo shoots as something that
It's like,
I could
that-
just do this on my
yeah,
phone.
Exactly, they don't see it as something where you need to make an investment.
but when you get into that corporate circle,
You're inside. When you're inside, you're inside.
when you're inside, you're inside.
But yeah, So that's about like what? I don't know. Somebody calculated.
What
What
am
are you
I
talking
calculating?
about?
500 euros is but that,
About 5,000,
Yeah.
basically. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on how the day feeling.
Oh, okay.
Literally, depending on what the exchange rate is.
that's how it does go.
Yeah.
You get what did I want to say? Campaigns though.
Damien told me about campaigns. I was like,
I was an option for a Montclair
tell him
campaign
what we,
campaign in Argentina.
tell him that you could have flown me out
Okay.
to Jamaica
And I saw
and paid for everything.
Alright.
Tell them you could have flown me out.
So when you're option, you kind of get the information like what the gross pay is and was what they're looking for was the activities such and such and such. And I think that's the first time I called my dad and I was like, yeah, you can make money in this. You can make money in this industry.
Hey.
It's when you have to call the parents. That's
Is
when
that-
you know
hey, is that correct?
numbers.
Hey,
This-
this is
like-
correct.
This is proper thing here. Like the image rights for models, like that's where you get the most amount of money. Campaigns.
Which is for anything like even
So
in
if you
photography.
see somebody like on a billboard, no,
They get.
Unless they got scammed
unless they're not
and don't know
scammed,
their worth, they got paid.
they got paid, and they're continuously getting paid because if it's up there for a year,
Oh, it's like. Okay,
you're paying
like that.
for that model's image for a year, which means
And
it's
depending
like
on your name as well too.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It could be
oh yeah. Well, when you get to the point where your name is recognizable and you could negotiate your own things, that's more power to you because then you could call
You
whatever
could
number
throw
you
your weight
want.
around. Yeah, you could throw your weight
Exactly.
around.
But like I saw the image rights for that job were like
speak
what
on
is
it.
like 50,000 euros.
Yay!
Like
And then
that
the
was
day rate
and then the day rate was 10
per.
per day.
Alright, talk to them nice.
Nice.
So actually, I think the whole job was 50,000. So then it might be image rights was 30, and then 2 days 20,000 for the job.
Still.
So I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
In Jamaica, quick
And
vacation.
I still
Call it
still
more pastime.
I still like call numbers in TT. So anytime like those numbers come up, I just think of it in TT dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, down payment for a
And then when
house.
you
I don't pay me for a house.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. So y'all pray for me. Let me get some.
I praying for
campaigns.
myself.
You praying for yourself.
I praying for
No, but
myself.
this how we had to huddle up in a
Prayers.
circle and just said, I pray for each other because clearly.
A Jamaica trip, I had to pay for it somehow.
Why you wanna go Jamaica so badly?
I don't know.
It's
It's
just
just,
easy to say.
I think it's just the thing to say.
Oh wow.
It's Jamaica or Barbados. Can't
I
say
wanna go
'cause,
Barbados.
I mean, you know, it's in the itinerary, hopefully.
Somebody else is going Barbados, but it's not gonna be me.
I would like to go Barbados, but it can't be me.
Speaking of liking things, what do you think about Instagram models?
Why are you throwing
I just
me?
feel like this is the time.
Why are you
Under the
throwing
bus.
me
Yep.
to the wolves, Jabari?
You know, what's the
your time.
debate? Instagram
What is-
models, real or fake models? Is that the debate?
Real
No,
or
like,
fake?
okay. What's the angle of the question?
What do you
Give me
think about them?
give me some context here.
Let's
What
go
do you
with
mean?
this question. Real or fake?
Would you consider an Instagram model a real or fake model?
I
But the
consider
Instagram
no. I
models that you
consider
see-
no. I consider Instagram models influencers
Okay.
more than I consider them
A model.
a fashion model. Because there's different types of models. You have commercial models. You have high fashion models. You have runway models. People who just stay on the runway and they don't really mix and match with anything else. So you have different types for different strengths.
Does
I consider Instagram models are hired because they also have the backing of a
Large following.
following and a following that is trying to find my words here. A following that engages with them.
Or they
so
invested in their
they-
life. So it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
do
they
this.
invested in them.
As a person.
They're
Not as a
influencers,
person, but
so they're like half influencer, half models. So when you hire them, you hire those facets of their skills.
okay. Instead
That's a
of
nice view on it.
okay.
That's the best view to
No,
have.
but I was supposed
because
to ask you, like, real quick, after you said runway model, do runway models get paid for imaging rights? Because their picture is going to be used
no,
to
Oh.
post,
you get
like,
paid. You
on
get
their
paid
gram,
to
right?
walk. You get paid to walk.
Oh, and that's it?
That's it.
Oh, okay. No, no, I know. I just thought that your picture is going to be used for...
Your picture will be used, but that's also embedded in the contract.
Ah.
So
Okay.
So that means it's a little bit more than a, like a regular shoot?
yeah, so it would be debut could go. So if it's like if the brand asks you to be an exclusive, it could be like 2,000 to 5,000.
Euros.
Yes. Well, talking in euros now.
Right.
But the average runway would be 950 to 1,050,
Okay.
and that's for walking like an hour. No, well,
Why
no,
is
you
the
know, that's
debut
for
more
walking like
than...
15 minutes and being there for like 2 hours.
Why is the
So-
debut more than the regular average?
Because they're paying for the exclusive to have you for the first time. So you've never been on anybody
Oh,
else's.
okay.
You've never been on anybody else's runway.
Oh.
This would be your. So if they're paying for that
Or like an
exclusive.
Apple
It's
exclusive,
quite- or like a
Spotify
dra- or
exclusive
like-
thing.
Is it the draft pick where it's like
Huh?
no, I'm trying to figure out like
Actually, explain that because that might be a nice analogy.
where colleges would basically choose students that they want choose athletes who they want, right? And then whoever you choose as your first
They
whether-
can't be in anybody else's thing.
well, yeah, you're saying that hey, I'm gonna play for this team and this team alone, and that's why it's a big deal.
Kind of, I guess. You could
Because if
look
you're
at it
number
like
one
that.
draft pick, right? If you're number one draft pick, you are the top. Yes, I feel like that's how it works.
Yeah, but then you have choices though.
Okay, so if you are the exclusive, if this
I might be
brand
wrong,
wants you, so like
but-
say if Saint Laurent wants you as an exclusive, you can't walk the runway for
For
anybody
anyone
else
else.
before them
Oh,
Right.
in that
Okay,
season.
then no,
But
it's
you
not
have
the
to
same
do
thing.
regular shoots.
After this season,
I was wrong.
I mean, nobody gonna be shooting until after Fashion Week.
Okay, everybody just prepping
Yeah.
and walking. What is prep like? If you know.
Prep for what, the fashion show?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't walk a show yet, so.
That's why I said if you know. You had like 5 people living in the same place, right?
Yeah, but
That are like experienced. I don't know.
okay. So, what you want to know? The fashion show or prepping? Like, be specific.
Prepping as a model or prepping as
Yeah.
a show?
Prepping for a
Represent-
show.
Prepping for a show
Yeah.
to go on the runway
Yeah.
as a model.
No.
Because I'm trying to figure out.
I think
if
he's just trying to get a scoop of like what is the preparation behind a fashion show.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. I mean, it's a lot of fittings and a lot of castings. The actual prep, like prepping the runway itself and all of the design aspects of it, I wouldn't know. But for models,
That spider just crawled on me, but it's fine.
I don't like spiders.
I don't think there's any.
No, it definitely did, but it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, was there one?
Yeah.
That's
It's
so
fine.
strange.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It crawled on me. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
It's fine.
No.
It crawled on me. I don't know where it went, but it's fine. That life.
Do you want my chair?
No, it's fine. Okay. All right. So those aspects I'm not so sure about, but castings happen like about 7 days before. At least first castings start 7 days before the show. Then you have a next round of castings that usually. So for Balmain, I would have done first castings as soon as like the Saturday I was in Paris, and then they would have called me on Sunday for a second casting with the designer there, and then Monday I was supposed to get the fit-in calls because the show is on Wednesday. So that's usually kind of the timeline of events. And then you have multiple fittings. After the fact. So just that they could get an understanding of who's going to be wearing what. Then you have to take the pictures that's going to be in the room so that all the people know what you're going to be wearing, essentially. And then they had to put the sticker in your shoe, say your name, yada, 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 yada. And all that lovely stuff. So that's basically at least prep. From the model point of view, we are so busy, we don't do anything.
Like just prepping for. Are you walking the whole day?
No.
On the
because
runway?
what do you mean?
Because you have to prep, like you have to do your walk, right? Like
Yeah, you have to do your walk, but rehearsal is not like 2 hours.
I think
It's
she's meaning
2
like
hours.
she's busy, as in they have other work doing.
Yeah, we have castings, we have work, we have.
also in between, so you'll go to the rehearsal for this place. Like if you get through,
Yeah.
you
Your
go to a
rehearsal
casting,
is between
you go to
castings,
something.
is between jobs.
Ah,
Like sometimes you have a fit-in and then a casting after it, or a casting and then a fit-in, and you will be in like a hair and makeup tests, because they do tests for hair and makeup. Usually not on us because we are always in braids. So
oh, when you said us, you meant like
the black
us.
people.
Yeah.
We're in braids, so nobody really tests the hairstyles on us. But you might be in a makeup test, and then you have to run from your makeup test. Hopefully, it doesn't go over time, and get to the casting that they're sending you to for our next show. And, yeah. So you don't really have time to say like, oh, you're gonna practice your walk. If you want to practice your walk, you're gonna have to do it at midnight or something, or whatever time you get home.
This
How
song
come you
I
didn't walk for the show?
What, for Barman?
Yeah.
There was a mix-up that I can't talk about, but yeah, that's all I can say.
Nice. All of this just sound like one logistical nightmare for inside of the agency.
It is, because you
Mhm.
have quite a lot
'Cause
of models working.
All the models. Think about all the models that they have.
Oh yeah.
Someone
keep track
has to
of
sit.
all
Yes,
of them.
somebody needs to sit down. Like, all right, we send this one here. Now one across there. We have a shoot. Our booking coming in. But this one across
This one
there.
have a shoot here, and then she needs to get here, because you also have to take into
What if they don't
consideration.
really think about that as much, and they just kind of like,
Sometimes they don't, because
it's
sometimes
like, oh well,
you get
we don't care that
you-
you're up here.
you
need to
sometimes
get
Figure
there
out
by
yourself.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like I had a day in Milan that I had 5 castings in one day, and they were all
Overlapping.
like, all over the place.
Oh, okay.
So it was like one over here, and then let's go north, then go south, then go east, then go west. So it's like,
That's not like real money in traveling if you have to.
They
Travel.
cover travel dance for this, right? Or
But
No,
she,
but
she
you have
mentioned
like
it comes out.
yeah, it comes out. But they don't. So you either take like a Uber if it's,
Uber's
drastic.
expensive.
yeah, we're not
Yeah,
gonna
it
have
is.
that again. It's just
but sometimes you wake up and it's just like, I can't travel the hour or the 45 minutes it takes to get to point A to point B. So sometimes you just bite the bullet and take a Uber and go. Usually you have like a travel card, so you could just ride whatever tram, bus, train,
Okay.
whatever is available to get to your destination. But as the thing, it takes a while.
Yeah,
So
because
it
every
takes, like,
single stop you had to stop. That people
so
come
it's
off and
like
come on.
45 minutes. You have to add in the travel time, basically, to
Wherever you
everything
have to
that you're
go.
going to on the day. So when you see something like 5 castings a day, you just know that it's just gonna be a day. Yeah.
Any advice for aspiring models, so to say?
she was not aspiring to be it. So
Well,
it's kind of
No, but for those who are,
I just
I wasn't saying for
Oh,
her. I just
gosh.
saying as a new
As
model.
a new model.
For those aspiring, that is like, I want to do this and I want
My-
to go international.
my-
what if you? Okay.
Okay. So there's 2 types of advice, I would say, because So one is be like how to get here, and that's usually getting good Polaroids and messaging agencies. Like the number one thing is that they want Polaroids that they can see. Like people usually just take their own camera and take front, back, behind, but the pictures aren't clear enough for them to send
back, behind.
across to other agencies or other agents. So you want to get pictures done usually by a professional where you are comfortable with them being sent around, because they're sent everywhere. Shoen would have taken my pictures to New York Fashion Week, and that's how I would have gotten signed to Select Model in Paris, because the owner of the agency would have been in New York.
Okay.
So I'm not there, but my Polaroids are there. Thanks, Jabari.
For what?
Taking the
'Cause
Polaroids.
that was your Polaroids that got me
Serious.
signed.
Yeah, I did something good in life.
Anyways,
You lie.
so
Everybody tells me about your legs.
yes.
That's it. That's all I have to input on that story. But you know that already.
I have long legs.
That's it. I think it's a lady thing.
What? I don't. What?
Because it's only ladies that, well,
A lot of people mostly comment on how long a lady's legs is. It's not a
no, but they're just like very
prominent, so to say, is
You
what you're
know,
looking for.
excited and energetic about
What?
it in the way that they ask. It's like, oh
I
my
don't know
gosh,
why?
are
It's
her
very
legs
weird.
even real?
Okay.
Like they're so long and nice.
Wow.
Like it's like that.
Nice.
You know, like you might just watch it and be like, oh, she have nice legs.
Okay.
And then
I
it's-
don't think I have nice legs. I think I have long legs, which they like. So whatever. So that aspect I'd give advice as to how to get in, but my biggest advice would be to get a mother agency that is very good. So I don't think I would be able or comfortable enough to do this without having like 28
28
models.
models.
Because like showing fights for his, like, basically, honestly, none of these agencies away care enough.
Yeah.
Because you are 1 in 2,500 models.
Like, all right, next.
Exactly. So you're gonna have to get a mother agency that's gonna fight for you while you're in there. So Shoen is always checking up, okay, how did she do in this? What's the feedback for this? Are you giving her money for this? Where's her money for this? So you just always have to get a mother agency that's willing to fight for you, because let's be very real, you're not gonna get it up there. You're 1 in a million. They're gonna do their job and get you whatever they are to get you, but in terms of caring about your actual well-being, nah.
Okay.
So that would be my main advice. Get a good mother agency that cares for you and your well-being, most importantly, and that will fight for you in, because it could get dodgy very quickly if you're not careful. Like sometimes
I know
you get
what to ask.
overworked on set.
Yeah, now what to ask
sometimes-
was a nightmare story that you can give.
I have
so-
not had a nightmare story.
Have you
thank
heard of?
God.
Well,
I've heard
examples.
of many.
You
I've
get
heard
one?
of
Yeah.
You could get one?
Yeah, example, yeah. That you can think of quick, off the head.
off the head. I mean, the worst examples would always be that you're uncomfortable, like a photographer is making you
Oh.
uncomfortable on set. What I've heard of is sometimes you're not getting a lunch break, so you didn't get lunch, so you've been on set for 8 hours and you haven't eaten, and your mother agent, if you call your mother agent
Yeah, man.
and they check in on you and you say, okay,
Talking to the mic.
done.
Yeah, right there.
So if you call your mother agent and he's like, okay, I haven't eaten, and it's like, I haven't eaten since the start of this, and they're like, okay, no, you hold tight. They're gonna contact your agency, and your agency is supposed to contact the photographer.
Sounds like
And
a lot of calling.
it's a lot of calling, but
It
at the end of
happens
the day, you are not supposed to be
Working
the
like a dog.
that, and you the model, to keep your reputation that you're
You have a particular chair.
that you aren't a difficult person to work with,
Oh, okay.
you let your mother agent
Deal with it.
handle the
Logistics.
pushback, because
Okay.
basically they're gonna yell at them for you.
Okay.
So they're gonna be the bitch that you don't have to be.
Okay.
So yeah. So usually they'll shut it down and then you get to eat, and then
Catch
if
yourself.
they pull it, they'll pull it back, or they'll tell you, okay, time to leave.
Just leave.
It's like, all right, that's it.
That's it there. She's done her job.
But if you still have more things to go through,
Well,
Would
so
they say just
so
leave?
if you've been on set overtime and they're not paying you for that time, they shut it down. So you're not supposed to be on set overtime.
I was just
If
more
they
talking
didn't,
about like if you didn't eat.
if you did not eat,
So let's
they
say
just
it's meant to
bring
be an
you.
8-hour day.
They bring you
and
food.
Okay.
They're forced to bring you food because then they're breaching regulations and they're breaching contract. But they have to find out about these things, and you're not gonna do it because you don't want to be perceived as difficult to work with, because
It's
then
like
you
you
risk
yeah.
not getting hired again.
Mm-hmm.
So you let your mother agent again, BDBITCH.
Nice.
Tips and tricks from.
No, we know. What are some things
But
that
again,
you see?
you have to get a mother agency that is willing
Yes.
to do that, because some of them,
It's like, it's
all
fine.
they care about is that. And you see this a lot, because I always say the bigger the brand, the more. The smaller brands have taken good care of me.
Yeah, because-
The bigger
yeah.
brands have
The
been.
bigger the brand, the smaller you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to grow their profit margins. So
So they don't really
They
care.
don't have time for that.
You're the lowest on the totem pole, so they don't really.
yeah,
Just like
they
a
would just get
couple
another
dollars
one.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't really care about you that way. Therefore, most mother agencies will put you in a position. Okay, so if you're working for Valentino, they'll say, well, I mean, you had to stick it out. What else you gonna do? If you didn't eat, well, sorry, you're working for Valentino.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have to get a mother agency that doesn't care if it's Valentino. It doesn't care if it's Dior, Versace. It could be any
Yeah.
one of them.
You have a
You-
bigger stake in the company. Than
Yeah. You have to put your well-being. They're gonna put your well-being before being
putting your modeling career at risk as compared to putting their agency. any
their
crosses.
reputation.
Yeah.
Essentially. So
Yeah.
I was just asking, what do you see internationally that you wish we could do locally?
you didn't just ask me that.
No, it's different.
No, he was talking about from the setting up a.
I was more
shoots.
talking about organizing a shoot.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is
but
different.
our fashion industry.
It's the
what
same
we
but
can-
different slightly.
Yeah, what can our
in
fashion
general,
industry,
yeah.
the industry as a whole, do?
To be better.
To
do
be better. The thing about it is there's so much talent in this industry, and I don't think there's just a lot of steps that we have to go through to get to where people are internationally. And I always say that manufacturing is a big thing that we don't have down here,
Yeah, well,
that takes a lot out of designers that they can't put back in. So you spend most of your money on production, so you can't put more money into marketing.
yeah,
And the production cost almost doesn't make sense for the amount of money that you're charging for a piece. So you end up having to cut into profits. It's just not
feasible.
it's not feasible, and it doesn't make
Manufacturing
sense.
is just in materials, like getting materials and stuff.
Yeah, well, even importing materials or
I heard
making
there's a
raw
whole thing of
materials.
importing materials and stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Like your stuff could go missing.
It's a lot. And then
Like,
not only
if you're
not
not-
only bringing in materials, but like
To
actually
make it.
making it. Like most of these designers are doing it on their own.
Yeah, you sitting down
So-
hours in the night.
Even if we get to the point where, oh, this retailer is interested in your pieces, how are you gonna make it? Because their minimums are like, and I'm talking minimum 1,000, and you had to get it to them in a month. How are you making 1,000 pieces
Yeah.
with you and your one singer sewing machine?
Yeah, we can't meet the demand. We won't be able
We
to
can't
meet
make the demand. So it starts from there, and until we fix those problems, I don't think it's possible to
Yeah.
fix the other problems. Because okay, if you have a great marketing campaign, all of these people are interested in you. Can you
You
even
can't
make
meet the
the
demand.
pieces?
Yeah, you can't meet the demand that it would have. So then you have no money to continue it. I understand.
So it's I don't know if there's one specific thing we could pull internationally until we get those
Basically, we need to
basic
create
things.
some form of
Support?
I guess you could say support, but we have no. What she's saying is basically we have no systems in place to manufacture to meet any sort of demand. If you have no demand, you can't get no money. So
Yeah.
you can't pay for work if you have no money. So it's sort of just stagnated.
Yeah. So
it does probably have to have a greater focus in.
and I think
towards
that's so
manufacturing.
I think they started in UTT like a something where there's like a sewing,
Classes?
not classes, like it's supposed to be like a manufacturing facility.
Oh, sounds
I'm
a
not
little
sure.
sweatshopish, but we move.
Yeah.
But
But
that's the thing.
actually,
Once it pay any bills.
like going from that sweatshop was that sweatshop comment. One thing I don't think we take into consideration
Shein.
mm,
Oh, I
is
don't know.
that
I didn't know where it was going with that one.
the prices of clothing,
It's disgusting sometimes.
the prices of clothing, like designer clothing in Trinidad, I think people expect it to be a certain point, but then don't realize that what they're buying away.
It's the same price to bring it in.
No, it's the labor. So we charge the seamstresses that make the clothes for designers. They charge their own labor.
Yeah. And
So-
then the designer now adds on top of that to make their profit.
Yeah.
And then people are like, $650 for that?
Exactly.
I won't pay that for that.
800 for a dress.
But
Goes
I
on the
think-
Nike
But
store.
I think we should.
$100? Man, give me $2.
But then I think we should be happy because of that. Because the thing about it is the seamstress they charge what they think is a livable wage.
Yeah, and then the
And the
more
designer-
they have, the more money they can make. What's called it? Oh, my brain just went
Food
blank.
chain?
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Economies of scale.
Oh.
Because Nike is selling in so much, the cost to
Could be
manufacture could be lower, which means the
But
cost of
also, I mean,
then yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, I know we're
anyways,
trying to secure a deal.
but basically economies of scale was started.
exploitation and such and such and such and such makes Nike
Yeah.
and all of these other brands be
It's
able.
gonna come back together.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, there will not be a
Like
Night
you
Plus
was
Day.
criticizing
Okay,
us.
okay.
There will be no
you can-
Night
you
Plus
can-
Day
no.
Nike
X.
issue anymore.
No, you
No
can bleep
Night
out,
Plus Day
Thank
X.
you
bleep
for
out, bleep out
it's
Nike.
fine. It's staying. I'm just saying.
Bleep out Nike.
No
But-
Nike X Nike Plus
But
Day.
yeah, we don't take into those
Team
considerations
stripes it is.
that, and I don't want to say slave labor, but a
Yeah.
lot of terrible labor practices is the reason that we
$1 a
get
day.
clothes that are cheap like that.
Yeah, true.
So
That's
the
also
fact that seamstresses can call
Yeah.
their own prices and make a livable wage should be something that we are happy with, and we should not disparage designers for charging, because I mean
They had to live.
everybody
Everybody had
But
to eat.
sometimes
at least
things are like kinda the
everybody
same
in the
price, though.
production, everybody in the production line could put food on the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't say the same for the Shein outfits.
That's true. But I think economies of scale would take place where they can bring down the price to a particular amount.
If there is enough,
If it have enough demand and they could meet that demand.
yeah.
Yeah. But it not going to go from like $650 to $200, but it might go from
Yeah.
$650 to maybe $500, but paying $500 compared to $650 is still
True.
a deal. So it's not gonna be drastic, but There'd be something.
I was just talking about people that would say, "Oh, your thing is too expensive," and then just go and buy something of the same price on the Nike store. That's what I was talking about.
More brands.
Because people would call a lot of like local brands, like it'd be like,
so much for a print jersey. So much for a print jersey.
175, 210,
branding
250 for your
always comes
thing.
into place, and I think we just have a thing where we don't value what is local.
Yeah.
So that is
Time and
always
effort,
the
you know.
uphill battle.
It's a real stress.
Yeah,
You kind of
imagine.
have to prove that your
175
thing,
for a jersey goes and pay 30 US for a jersey.
Yeah.
you always have to prove that your thing is worth it, and it's
Yeah.
just like,
Do you want to go through that?
Yeah. It's just a fight. A constant fight down. They'll fight you down for something for free if they could, you know.
Eh? Why not?
but because like
just like people like to
I
fight
worked with brands before, I know for a fact that they take a huge chunk of their profits in order to be able to compete in this market.
Mm-hmm.
So the 650 that you see in for the dress is absolutely the lowest they could go to still
break
make
even
a
and be able to eat at night.
Exactly.
And to keep up with their lifestyle.
Depends.
Keeping up with your lifestyle.
Yeah, they don't have a party here and there.
Oh Lord.
Gotta get a little wine sometimes, you know?
True, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta
You
get
know,
a little
everybody
sushi
had to
here and there
live.
too. You gotta
Everybody had to live.
Jeez.
Everybody lifestyle.
I seen everybody posting about a party and I just say like, yo.
Speaking of that,
I really want to go to a party before I leave. Like, I'm gonna miss Carnival next year, and it's not
When
it's
you
not
leave?
fitting well.
But you don't know when you leave.
No, well, Fashion Week coincides with Carnival next year, so it's
No, it's
like
a real party from what, May? Go down?
it's a party from October, girl.
Not
I'm not
June.
gonna be here.
June? No.
From this, when
From,
they, also when they come back again.
I don't know.
no,
Oh.
from June.
No, yeah, real time I feel like.
No, it's a real parties.
I know,
Like I
there's
see
a
real
party
boat
in
ride
May.
from
There's
May
like
going down
Bacchanal
to June.
Road coming up, and
I
I'm
don't
just there like. But the thing about it is though, like,
Did you even
if
party
you
before
do,
though?
yes, Jabari.
I just I didn't know.
Anyways,
No,
you're
I
trying
was
to
like,
say
it wasn't
something.
any limelight, were you?
was-
He was
trying
trying
to
to
say
say
anything.
something.
I was just asking.
Okay,
She was on the outside.
I was on the outside.
I just was
I have
asking.
pictures. I have proof. Okay.
I believe you. You know, I was just asking.
What was I gonna say? You make me
Bacchanal
lose my
Road,
train
and yeah.
Somehow
of
walking
thought.
on the road.
You see,
Yeah.
you see the Bacchanal Road.
But the thing
Speaking
about
of
it is,
train.
since everybody is getting up to go and party, it's hard to get tickets.
Yeah, I saw
And they're cheap too.
relatively.
This,
Think it's
I feel
relative.
like they're like the same, either the same price or they're higher.
I think
don't
it's.
there's,
I
like,
think
no-
that's. I
there's
think that's a
much-
relative thing to say. No,
Am
I
wrong
saw.
for saying that?
No, I saw a party and the tickets were like 900 for meal.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
I was seeing for like 5 and 4
and
and
the female was like 750. I'm like,
I
wait.
see 4 for one. I saw 5.
Yeah, I was like,
I
oh,
saw
750 for the females and males is
2
9.
something to reserve your
Alright.
spot.
Nice.
And then you could pay
You know
the
what
rest.
that is?
No, I understand why that is, but I was just say like, yeah, are they going?
I learned
I
that
hear
the
the
other
party
day.
industry is like so
Mm-hmm.
interesting
Party industry where.
Get to expand down here.
locally.
Oh, okay.
I know we're
Like,
going off track.
A lot
but
of
go ahead.
things could be used as a write-off.
What do you mean?
Like in
A
the sense,
tax write-off.
yeah.
Yeah, to go a little deeper.
I don't know how to
I don't
explain
feel
it
like my
more
brain
than that.
linking it.
As in, like a lot of money could be made,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to pay taxes
Oh,
back for it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of things
Yeah.
essentially could just be a write-off. Like, oh, we'll be use it for this or whatever. And
Mm.
Okay.
like I was talking about like that on the radio, and I just found it interesting.
I can see that.
But yeah, a lot of money is in the party industry.
Yeah, it's a very lucrative
I
business.
started to do a head count of like things. I was like, okay, so if I ticket is like 500,
and you could cram this amount
and
of
I
people,
see
and,
1,000 people, I was like,
the venue is only
everybody
maybe
get
like,
pay well.
yeah, and
I'm
if-
talking about that's not including the drinks,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
the little T-shirt somebody might be selling outside,
yeah.
the food.
And if you want to cram some more people in the door, say, hey, we have door tickets too,
Yeah.
and you just charge a
Yeah.
little more for
you could be pushing a M. for the night.
Wow.
Well, depending on where you rent out, but yeah.
Depending on where and who performing and all of that, but like,
But still, yeah.
you could be pushing
No, but local artists.
like Marshall Monday.
And I was about to say, like local artists. Local artists.
Marshall will be pulling money and they get tired.
Well, you
Marshall
see,
always pulling
Marshall,
money.
Marshall retreat to Toko and relaxing himself now. You know, that man ain't worried about nothing, nothing on nobody. I say, well, yes, I saw that man post a video on Instagram and he was just eating a banana. I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, did you
He's
see that?
He's very into the monk.
Yeah. I think he went and do a thing
Lifestyle.
Yeah,
the other
with,
day, right?
Yeah. He was in India.
when you have money, you could do that. You know,
Yeah.
True.
that man was island
Spirit.
hopping for the past month.
Is he back in Trinidad?
But yeah, I think you
Somebody
can.
pull the thing.
I think you can make a lot of money in the party business because I don't think our artists not charging like what a US artist would charge a night.
True.
Realistically,
I have no idea.
no. Think about it, right?
We could ask some
No,
people.
what would they
Yeah.
charge?
I don't
We-
know
we
what they
could
would
ask some
charge,
people
but
and find out.
we could find out.
Laura, when they come back in the country,
Yeah,
we could
But-
talk to them about it.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Jimmy.
Oh,
and we could talk to Turner too.
Oh yeah, he's like, is he in the country? I don't think he's in the country
I don't know.
anymore.
I know a real plenty of them just going
Yeah. That's what
because they know they could make more outside.
Yeah.
But that's why I say, and like, if you are party promoter or whoever they are, you could tell someone, I'll give you 10 for the night. Just maybe if you show up for an hour or two, you get 10 for the night. People in Trinidad, I being honest, just real ship it and real like money. So it's like, oh, 10K for 2 hours? I dig. But in the States, some people is like, oh, you had to charge me like 250K just to show up.
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing. I come in to sit down by a table. 250. Nobody down here. Nobody could just throw their weight around. Well,
Yeah.
very few people maybe could throw their weight around and say something like that. But
because you always run the risk of pricing yourself out of the market.
Exactly.
Because it's like, who has the money to pay you $250,000?
exactly.
That's a house or a down payment for a house at least.
Down payments.
Speaking of telling people things,
God,
CYAN,
wait.
you can tell the people
Yes,
your socials
Mm-hmm.
and all of that good stuff.
my
we
socials
can go
are.
home.
Yes.
You sending me home already? You don't have
Well,
any more questions?
We've been recording for like
We've
a
probably
hour and a
been here
half
for like
plus.
2 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
And
mean,
you're
if you wanna
keeping
talk
all
more-
of this footage. I don't have anything else more. Actually, no. You'll have to ask.
We spoke about your
because-
modeling and you going and all of that. And I mean, if there's anything else that you want to
Plug.
add to the
No.
story that you feel like you left out, that you thought was interesting, and you were like, I wish that they had asked me about that.
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. So
Alright.
then,
I would
I know you
actually.
just like to spend
I want
time
to
with
say
us.
that
It's fine.
Amsterdam has the best airport in the world. Love that place.
No,
would
hold on
would spend 8 hours plus in there. It's great.
You sure you want to say that, or you want to say best airport that you've been to?
No, I'm standing 10,
Okay.
10 toes
He's
down.
doubling
This
down.
Okay.
hill
She's like-
I will be willing to die on. It didn't have nobody airport better than that.
I'm waiting for her to go to Singapore and then be like, all right, I have a change of heart.
We could come and sing a retraction, but nah, they have it. Right.
Okay.
Now I can do my socials. My Instagram is CYAN Gomes, just underscore. So it's CYANGOMES_. I'm on Twitter, but you're not gonna get
You
my
don't post
Twitter.
on there?
No, I use
That
Twitter
sounds
to
like a lot
macro
of. I'm not going to
people.
say that. That
Oh,
sounds
wow.
like a lot of controversy.
And why don't you
Controversy.
post on
Why don't I
Instagram?
post on Instagram?
Yeah, 3 pictures. And
Yeah, kind of
I don't know.
As a model, you know.
depressing.
Okay.
I know we coming up with
No need
depressing.
to go into my thing. I know I don't post often.
Why not?
I don't know. It's me and Instagram have a weird, like, I never used to post before I was a model, and then it's like, okay, you need to change up your Instagram feed. You need to be
Models, yeah.
model CYAN.
Yes.
So that's when I would have posted
3 black and white pictures.
my shoot. Jabari. I'm
black
putting
images.
my little agencies and change my little thing. I post more in stories. I don't know. I just don't know what to post on the feed anymore.
Anything.
Man, share your
Anything.
life.
I don't think you realize how much
People,
people are
I
just
don't want to say people.
interested in you.
People.
I don't see it.
No,
Like,
you just
No,
post.
I
don't
don't
see
see it either. But I would post things and people message me and be like, "You're actually looking and like care, like about just
I
anything."
don't know. It's so weird
You
for
could
me.
literally just talk about
Yeah.
a problem that you had today,
And people will be
You could
invested
just
in
post
it.
you traveling or just going somewhere. Somebody will be like, "Oh, I went there too the other day," or they'll be like,
Yeah,
"How
a lot
was
of
it?"
people. A lot of people are investing in
People
other
are
people's
just
lives.
interested in people.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
you
think
just-
you realize.
Maybe this is the push I need to actually go and post at least a
Yeah,
little
so to
job
remind
that
my
I've
phone
done.
I'd be trying.
To tell you to post something every week, at least once a week.
I know. I don't.
At least on your
But
story,
do you ever fall into the trap of like?
wanting to share everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, that's me every day.
But also,
But
like
it's
you
also
feel like
about
your
kinda,
life,
like, showing up.
all the pictures that you have don't like hold up to like Instagram. Like I post
Yes.
more on stories because I find like that's a little
No,
bit
I-
more.
On my story, I realized I just don't care anymore. Like I would just post the most nonsensical
And
picture.
my pictures are not.
You are a photographer. You have more pictures in your camera than I have on my phone.
No, I'm just gonna say like in my head, I am the hottest thing out right now.
No,
so,
he's
like,
talking about it for himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I will just like I'll post because I have to tell myself I am the hottest thing right now.
Okay.
Hit post, and then I just close my Instagram app and throw my phone to the side, and then
Whatever happened,
just
happened.
go on YouTube. That's how it is.
Yeah. I think I fall into the trap of like wanting it to be so curated that I don't end up actually posting anything.
Nah, I try and I stop doing that.
I know what to say.
I stopped
I
doing that a long
have
time.
fallen
That is stop
into.
here.
I have a fallen into that where it's like I wanted to look a particular way, but then as I tell you earlier this morning, I was like, I just want to take a picture of something. I just want to share something.
Mm.
Nah,
But yeah,
I'm just more about like I don't care about what the rest of things look.
this is what.
How does this one thing
Yeah.
look? How do I feel about this? Okay, I like it. Post.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care about anything. If it just so happens that everything else fits this aesthetic,
That's a really
that's
good.
cool. If not,
method
I
to
wasn't
have.
really planning
Yeah.
for it too.
I'm trying to.
Jarrell
go,
does it though. He spoke about that. Like
Yeah.
he likes to have an aesthetic. At least for me,
Yeah.
I don't care for it as much. It
I-
looks cool when
yeah.
you go into somebody's page.
I think I like the aesthetic because it's your Instagram as a model is kind of like your portfolio. So those 3 pictures are all in my portfolio. So
I remember
it's like,
seeing
No,
someone.
but just post of like your daily life, a little fit pic.
I don't think I would ever post my daily life on my feed though. Like if
No,
it,
it's not like
Not like
your entire
daily
day. It's
life
just
would
like,
be like a story.
it's
I'm
like,
talking about
hey, I eaten. This
like
is what
a
I
fit
eaten.
pic or something like that, or like a little
On the road.
week
Eh.
dump.
you'll take my fit pic after this.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
nice, lovely.
Yeah.
Alright.
You know, like a week dump. So you have like
Yeah.
4 posts for the month. Just randomly take pictures while you're
I
out and
started
about.
doing a lot of like month dumps.
I see everybody
No, we
doing
need
that.
weekly.
I've seen everybody doing
I
that.
think that's
No,
a
we need to
great
increase
way
that to weekly.
to weekly dumps.
Yeah.
I think I,
I
need
think
to.
that's a great way to like just get like all of your images that you didn't
Or
post,
even-
like on to your thing.
Post to your close friends to get you used to
Posting a lot.
posting more on your story, and then just transition that.
I
off
need to
into-
create our close friends.
Okay. This is
Anyways.
really good advice.
I know I'm so smart sometimes. I just thought of
Wow.
it.
Oh, yeah, sounding like an influencer, you know.
Huh?
He's
It's sounding like
halfway
you're-
on to
yeah,
being an influencer.
You're on the road.
All,
I-
Do that,
all
please.
you need is a
I don't
little
like to think
brand,
about it.
I
a brand
glimpsed the numbers.
sponsorship.
I glimpsed the numbers the other day, you know, and I was like, "Whew, wait,
I don't like
Hello?
to think about it. I don't like to think about the idea of.
you being an influencer."
Yeah.
Why not?
It's just
I
such
feel
a
like an
strange thought.
influencer could
It's
be
nothing that I
anybody.
really
who has-
wanted.
who
It was kinda like,
Not
I just
only
really
who
wanted to
has
eat.
like a lot of followers, but just who audience listens to
Yeah,
them.
if you have an engaging audience, yeah.
Like if people like actually trust the words coming out of your mouth, I feel like you could be an influencer.
I just,
I
want,
just be saying anything too, so
I know.
it's just kind of
I
like.
was to say I just want to be saying any and everything on my Instagram, and I was like, never
I mean, it's
mind.
nothing like brand risky,
Mm-mm.
but it's just like I just be saying anything.
Yeah.
But you know when I'm saying something like, "Hey, use this thing," or "I use this thing a lot,"
Mm-hmm.
you know I've used it for some months, and I really be in these streets.
Yeah, I just want to post. I just think about doing stuff like that.
Let me show you this
on my story and stuff.
Are just very.
And then I just be like, you know what? Never mind. But I will post that stuff on my status, on my WhatsApp status.
Where is it?
I do that. That is one thing I do use WhatsApp status.
No, because I know it's only my contacts seeing it, and I know who in my contacts. So it's like,
what is that?
Oh yeah, that's me.
That's him.
Wow.
It was a video. Yeah, that's what I said on my WhatsApp story. It's the most insane thing.
Screenshotting people?
I mean, I want to share it if it.
It's more of like I screenshotted this one specifically because I knew I could use it for something.
Video.
Wow.
It's from a video.
Like when somebody says something like real strange and off, I could just be like, huh? Yeah. And just add that picture to it, like make it a sticker.
Yeah. I mean, I shared it.
About making it a sticker.
I've shared it, but I know that somebody would have screenshot it because it was ridiculous.
Yeah. I was one of them.
Wow.
And that's why I said I just want to do stuff like that on my Instagram, but I don't not yet.
I can't just post like pictures of me, like fit pics and things just on my Instagram, but
you post your face a lot.
Up close.
On my story.
Yeah.
Oh, I do up close because when I'm working at the pharmacy, I don't want people to know
where he's at
the pharmacy, but I just give out that I'm at the pharmacy whenever. So.
But they don't know which pharmacy, so that's a good thing.
That's good.
I feel like it's very easy to find my location.
I mean, you did mention in a past podcast that you could walk there. You could walk to the, but no one knows where you live, so it's fine.
It's not hard to find. You could have gotten my last address in Belmont.
I still don't know where you lived in Belmont. You just said you live in Belmont.
Oh, I thought you were there.
No.
Okay.
You know how big Belmont is?
Not that big.
It isn't, but then you just have to factor in that some people
think plenty cracks.
Some people think like they don't know where
Belmont
the
start and finish.
Where Belmont and Laventille does meet. Like, so
I don't know.
Some people say my dad, where he is in Belmont, where he was in Belmont, sorry, because he don't live there anymore, is Laventille, and I'm just saying like, no, it's not even on the hill though.
I think that Gonzales region is where it's sort of transition. Whatever, yes.
Right.
We will link all of CYAN's socials.
I just have one social. That's all.
All of her socials. Her Twitter, her Instagram.
My Twitter is not for public consumption. I think that's one thing I'm not gonna ever. Like, nah, like.
We'll put your TikTok in there. I think you have a TikTok.
I don't have a TikTok.
You sure?
That's another thing.
I feel like I saw you in my contacts.
I find TikTok,
Yeah, they know
for the
too
kiddies?
much. They know way too much.
No, but it's just, it's
They'll
very.
be like from your contacts.
It's very.
For the kiddies?
I don't know what to say.
You think it's for the kiddies?
It's not. No, it's not for the
kiddies. It helps the podcast a lot.
It's not for the kiddies.
TikTok and Reels? Oh yeah. Nobody would know about it.
I don't know. TikTok moves at a pace that I don't know I could ever sustain, because like once you get on there, it's like you're making TikToks every day, and it's like.
Yeah, I don't forget I post 4 TikToks a day.
I'm not on TikTok, so
I don't know how to talk about 4 things a day, really.
I have the TikTok app, but for the podcast, not for.
And then you're kind of just making up things as you go along. It's like you're producing content.
At some point, you run out. This is how it is in my head. At some point, you make enough content to where you get noticed, and all the content comes to you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No.
So you make like, let's say like you're like a tech person.
Mm-hmm.
And
then people who just looking at those types of videos.
So you make a lot of content around the things that you have. You get noticed, and then tech companies now send you things, and then you just talk about those things that you sent.
Okay.
Or like you're a model, and you just talk about like this guy Wisdom. You know Wisdom, the guy that makes the cool outfits.
The character based on the characters.
Oh yeah.
Right.
He's so good.
Remember, he like kind of started out just pulling together his own fits from thrifting or whatever, and then now companies send him clothes
to do,
and then he puts together fits from that. So like little things like that. So you make enough to.
Maybe I should make a TikTok.
I feel like it's just.
But I don't know.
I'm just not a content creator, so it's just like it's hard to be a consistent.
Don't call my photos just content.
Did your light just blow?
What? Nah, that's the fridge.
Okay.
The cooling.
I'm
not sure if it's a normal thing, but when I find out, I might be dead. So I'm not sure because it'll go.
Yeah, that is a normal thing. Don't worry.
I will be in the room.
Air conditioners do it too.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're fine.
Okay.
We're not that.
But yeah,
big.
that's, as some people would say, that's landless plane because
We've been struggling in the air for a little while. It's like a
Oh,
car
yeah, yeah.
plane.
If they
It's
made it
not
this
one
far,
to
they
land.
deserve something.
hey, I
does
take
not-
no offense. What that's supposed to mean?
No.
Did you just voice crack? Yo!
Shut up.
I
No,
feel like
because let's be honest. Carl's pilots does land plane.
Oh, you're fucking him
Real-
personally?
yeah, I feel like
I'm not talking personally. All it is land plane real hard. Like proper hardcore landing.
American
What's
Airlines.
that about?
I mean,
I
Caribbean
don't know
Airlines,
what you're
the-
talking
the
about,
Thoughts
but,
and the views expressed by our guests are not the thoughts and the
One
views
of you-
of
wait.
us. Listen, I saw a campaign of Carl selling people out to countries. I want the deals. We want the goods.
I'm not
You know about
disparaging
geodesigns?
Carl.
What the
I'm
goods?
just saying that their pilots
I
could land a
views
plane,
and
boy.
thoughts
Wow.
of
I-
CYAN and not the views and thoughts
There's
of the
there's
host
land a
of
plane.
the Jabari show.
Any thoughts, opinions?
Sorry, no, I have none.
And
We're
that's
not
it for this
asking-
week's episode of
That's it for this week. We'll link all of CYAN's socials. This is the final and last time that we're talking about this. Okay? Say goodbye, please.
Goodbye.
From-
It was great.
from Jabari.
And Jabari.
And CYAN.